was taking a trip out to L.A., strolling along in my Chevrolet, toking on the number and digging on the radio. Just as I crossed that Mississippi line, I heard that highway started to whine, and I knew that left rear tire was just about to go. Well, the spare was flat, and I got it tight because there wasn't a filling station in sight, so I just looked on down the shoulder on the rim. Well, I went as far as I could when I stopped the car. It was in front of this little bar, kind of a redneck joint called a Dewdrop Inn. Well, I stuffed my hair up under my hat, and I told the bartender that I had a flat, and would he be kind enough to give me a change for a one? Well, there's one thing I was sure proud to see. There wasn't a soul in the place except for him and me, and he just looked disgusted and pointed me towards the telephone. Well, I called at the station down the road away, and he said he wasn't very busy today, and he could have someone there in just about 10 minutes or so. He said, now you just stay right where you're at, and I didn't bother to tell the darn fool that I sure as hell didn't have any place else to go. Well, I just ordered a beer and sat down at the bar when some guy walked in and said, who owns this car with the peace signs, the mag wheels, and the 4 on the floor? Well, he looked at me and I damn near died. I just decided I'd wait outside, so I laid $1 on the bar and headed for the door. Just when I thought I'd get out there with my skin, these 5 big dudes come strolling in with one old drunk chick and some old fella with green tea. Well, I almost made it to the door when the biggest one said, you tip your hat to this lady, son. And when I did, all that hair fell out from underneath. Now, the last thing I wanted to do was get in a fight in Jackson, Mississippi on a Saturday night, especially when there was 3 of them and only 1 of me. Well, they all started laughing, and I felt kind of sick, and I knew I better think of something pretty quick. So I reached out and kicked the old green teeth right in the knee. Now, he let out a yell that would curl your hair. Before he could move, I grabbed me a chair, and I said, you watch him, folks, for he's a fairly dangerous man. Well, you may not know it, but this man's a spy. He's a covenant agent for the FBI, and he's been sitting down here to infiltrate the Ku Klux Klan. Well, he was still bent over holding on to his knees, but everybody else was looking and listening to me, and I laid it on thicker and heavier as I went. I said, you wouldn't believe this man has gone as far as telling Wallace stickers off the bumpers of the car, and he voted for George McGovern for president. Well, he's a friend of them long-haired hippie-type Kinko's bags. I bet you even got a comet flag tacked up on a wall inside of his garage. Well, he's a snake in the grass, I tell you guys. He may look dumb, but that's just a disguise. He's a mastermind of ways of espionage. Well, they all started looking real suspicious, and he jumped up and said, you just wait a minute, Jim. You know he's lying. I've been living here all of my life. Well, I'm a faithful follower of Brother John Burton, and I'm alone in the Antioch Baptist Church, and I ain't even got a garage. You can call home and ask my wife. Then he started saying something about the way I was dressed, and I didn't bother to wait around to hear the rest. I was too busy moving and hoping that I didn't run out of luck. Around I was making track, they were just taking my car down off the jack, so I threw the man a 20 and jumped up and fired that mother up. Well, Mario Andretti sure would have been proud of me the way I was moving when I passed that crowd, coming out the door and headed towards me in a trot. And I guess I should have gone ahead and run, but somehow I couldn't just resist the fun of just chasing them just once all around that parking lot. Well, they all headed for the cars, but I hit the gas and I spun around and I headed them off to the pass. I was slinging gravel and putting a ton of dust in the air. Well, I had them all out there stepping and fetching like their heads was on fire and their asses was catching. But I figured I'd better go ahead and split before the cops got there. And when I hit the road, I was really wheeling. I had our gravel flying and rubber squealing, and I didn't slow down until I was almost to Arkansas. Well, I think I'm going to reroute my trip. I wonder if anybody think I flipped if I went to L.A. by Omaha.